Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is my good pal, Chewy Clark. And today we're going to bring you this matchup between your very own Averett women's volleyball team and the visiting Eastern Mennonite Royals. As today we are about to get started with both the starting lineups. We will be back in just a short moment to get both starting rosters out and in and give our notes on this matchup. We will be back in just a short moment. as we have just brought out the starting lineups and the reserves for both teams. We're about to get underway here. Just to clarify, the starters for your Cougars: number 1, Rachel Green; number 10, Erin Gray; number 16, Destiny McIntosh; number 20, Emily McIntosh; number 21, Allie Wilkerson; number 22, Emma Nash; and number 23, Dayton Moore. For this Royal side, we have number 1, Anna Black; number 2, Hannah Cuero; number 5, Kenley Smith; number 7, Mara Wolford; number 8, Cassidy Meadows; number 11, Madison Stockner; and number 13, Caitlin Custis. As we're about to get underway here at the Grant Center here at North Campus. Chewy, what are a couple thoughts we have, especially after the matchup yesterday against the Shenandoah Hornets? What do you think the Cougars are going to have to do today to kind of maintain on top?
I think the Cougars are going to have to do a lot of what they did in the last 2 sets, especially yesterday. Slow the pace of play down and control it so that they can play how they want to. We saw yesterday that they prefer to play at a slower pace. They prefer to be in more control, have strong, steady scoring streaks, and not be up in the air going back and forth and have it be kind of a run and gun type of match. But also, they're going to have to limit the mistakes. They're not going to have, they're going to have to limit and minimize the miss hits, miss serves, and really capitalize when EMU happens to have those mistakes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of mistakes need to be covered, especially for this Cougars side coming off of that win, like I mentioned, 3-1 against Shenandoah. Kind of a 4-game win streak so far for the Cougars as we are back underway here in the Grant Center. And EMU strikes first to Green. Now Moore looking for Wilkerson, and Wilkerson will draw first blood.
Definitely the foot that the Cougars wanted to get started on here today, scoring the first point in the first set, setting the tone and opening it up for him here.
Now Erin Gray to serve. Gets it up Cuero. Over to Custis. Back over to Wolford. Moore for Nash. Now Wolford, number 7, sending it up. Gray digs it around. Moore, look for McIntosh.
Good communication and movement here early from the Cougars, seemingly walking around effortlessly on the court, knowing exactly where they're supposed to be and where their teammates will be.
Now Gray serves again. Cuero there to Custis. Looking wide to Meadows, and Meadows couldn't quite bring it down. Or she will go off of a tip. And Meadows will be back to serve, the first year out of Smithburg, Maryland. Green there to Moore for Wilkerson. And Wilkerson finds the defense sleeping.
Cougars are fired up here early as Raines checks in for McIntosh.
And Kylie Raines, number 13 for the Cougars. Serves this one up directly to Cuero. There to Custis. Again, looking for number 7, Meadows. Sorry, Wolford. And the Cougars couldn't quite answer for that one. Number 6, Sophia Denby, entering the game there for Cuero. Gray. This is from Wolford. Now Nash finding that back corner.
What a beautiful hit there from Nash. What precision and accuracy, getting that one to fall on the floor. Luis, as we talked about a little bit yesterday, the hits are going to have to be accurate, not only off the hand, but with floor placement if they're going to want to score.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you mentioned, Chewy, that kind of momentum shift and that kind of play style, the Cougars are very used to controlling games, very used to their type of tempo, and that's exactly what they've been doing so far early on in this first set.
Absolutely.
That is Denby sending it over to net now. Green off the tip, dug up there by Black. Now Denby again, kept alive by Green. Nash sending it over, finds a space.
Cougars are fired up, definitely feeling themselves and enjoying at least a little bit of control over the pace of play so far here.
Yeah, absolutely. Emma Nash leading this team in kills, 164. Not far behind her is Hope Parrish, number 15, with 109. As Gray digs that one up off the line. Stevens manages to keep it up, and it'll go out of bounds, making it 5-3 in this first set. As Anna Black, number 1, the libero for the Royals, will take a seat, and bringing on number 5, Smith. And that'll be Madison Stockner, number 11, in royal blue. Her serve will be out of bounds.
And McIntosh checks in for Gray for the Cougars.
Emma Nash going to serve this one away. Sends up over to Custis. Denby tried to keep up, but Stevens couldn't quite get enough hand behind it as it falls in Cougar territory.
That brings the score to 6-4 in favor of the Cougars.
Yeah, Caitlin Custis going to take a seat now, bringing on number 10, Mackenzie Taylor, a junior out of Chesapeake, Virginia. As Taylor's serve goes up, Raines keeps it alive. McIntosh going to recover. Miscommunication there, but it works out as Raines sends it over the net. Now Taylor, Gray, now Parrish, right under the blockers.
What a powerful hit right there from Parrish, just getting it through the block and allowing it to find its way to the floor.
Yeah, 5 and 6. Smith and Denby couldn't quite get enough hold on that block as Parrish gets it right under them. And now Rachel Green serve this one up to Black. There for Taylor. There to number 6, Denby. Stevens for McIntosh, and McIntosh going to the end. Now Taylor looking for number 8, Meadows. Kept alive by Stevens. McIntosh to Parrish. Taylor. Now Black bumping it up, looking for Denby. Parrish keeps it up. Stevens to Green. And Green had too much power behind that one. Now would go out of bounds.
What a great volley there from both sides. Each team refused to give up, have a defensive mistake, and it resulted in Green just having a little bit too much power on that one and getting EMU the point.
Yeah, number 2, Cuero here. Royal Blue will serve this one up to Green. Stevens for McIntosh. Kept alive by Gray. McIntosh trying to send it over. Emily McIntosh didn't quite have an angle on that one. It will stay in possession of the Royals. Cuero, number 2. Sending it up and out of bounds. Bringing us to 8-6 in this set.
Great vision right there from the Cougars to watch that one go right outside the line.
Yeah, absolute great call there.
That one has to be so hard to watch and see if you made the right decision.
Yeah, been Parrish and Wilkerson going to swap here, as well as Moore and Stevens. Hit there by Wolford. Moore for McIntosh, and McIntosh will hold on to that one, bringing us back to Moore. Dayton Moore going to set this one up. Black couldn't quite get a hand on that one. Cuero keeps it alive, sent over there by Wolford. Gray to Moore. Destiny McIntosh kept alive there by Meadows to Taylor. Green as it hits the rod. Just in time. Green doing a great effort to be there just in case. As Moore will be back to serve once more. Sends it up there for number 7, Wolford, to Black. Back to Wolford, and she will send it up. Moore now to Wilkerson, and Wilkerson will beat the blockers.
It's a very aggressive approach from the Cougars so far. Not necessarily playing at a super fast rate, but deliberate and powerful with their attacks when they get the opportunities.
Absolutely, as Black receives that from Moore. Kept up by Green. Moore, McIntosh sending it to the back corner. Cuero keeps it alive. Now Taylor. Wolford. Gray. Green keeps it up. Sent over by Wilkerson. Not quite enough. Hits the back of the net.
As Black gets ready to serve here for EMU, she's definitely going to want to spark some momentum for her team.
And Black will get that one off the fingertips of Green. It's interesting to mention Anna Black, number 1, playing with quite a big of a cast on her left arm.
That is some dedication right there.
That is a lot of dedication. No idea how she manages to play with that cast, but it seems like she's doing pretty well, especially as a libero, taking those type of hits and kill attempts. Very interesting to see. And Black will serve this one up. Green will cover this one. To Moore, now McIntosh. Bringing on Aaron Gray, the libero for the Cougars. And her serve will go out of bounds. And they will switch serving possessions once more. Custis, number 13, coming in for Taylor. Back to serve is Cassidy Meadows, number 8. Quickly over to Gray. Moore setting McIntosh, blocked. Nash keeps it up in the air. Moore for Green. Meadows going there for Custis. Moore back and forth here between both teams as McIntosh gets the final kill.
What a volley, what a point. Back and forth as you saw. What grit shown by both sides and what power there from McIntosh to get that one to fall for a point for the Cougars.
Now Kylie Raines to serve for Averett. Sent up there to Black. Kept up there by Custis. Over to Wolford. Gray keeping it up. Moore. Wilkerson. Kept alive by Cuero. Now Wolford. Raines picks it up. Moore sets up Green. Cuero keeps it alive. Black. Now Wolford again. As Moore got a hand on that one, sending it over the head of Raines. And EMU will hold on. Very close matchup here. 13-11 in favor of the Cougars. As Wolford will now serve it away. Raines digs it up. Moore set for Wilkerson. Black holding on strong. And that is number 6, Denby, not getting past those blocks of Wilkerson. And Nash
and Wilkerson got up there and created such an impenetrable wall. Great ability to soak the contact from that hit and get the point for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. Stevens as well as Parrish entered the game. Custis setting up number 11, Stockner. Custis now looking for Denby. Denby trying to send it slightly over. Now Gray for Parrish. And Black couldn't quite get enough behind that one, as it'll just trickle down and fall.
Despite EMU trying to fight back into this one, the Cougars have just looked relentless here in this first set.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Chewy, it's their play style, it's their momentum, it's their type of tempo that they're very used to playing, and they're completely running away with it. As I just mentioned that, the Royals with a big kill there by number 6, Denby, as Black will take a seat, bringing on number 5, Kinley Smith. Stockner to serve. Raines. Stevens there for Green. To the back there, Meadows picks it up. At the line, Nash and Custis. Denby out of bounds. Gray swapping in for Destiny McIntosh.
That mistake there from the Royals gives the Cougars the chance to absolutely settle in for this last part of set one.
Denby, Black will send it over. Rains, Stevens for Parrish. Blocked, kept up, and not enough. Blocked there by that front line of the Royals, Smith and Denby, 5 and 6. Kenzie Taylor entering the game, giving Caitlin Custis, number 13, a bit of a break on the sideline. As Taylor will serve this one away. Rains, Stevens, there for Parrish, kept up by Wolford. Meadows sending it back. Rains couldn't quite have the angle on that one. (16-14) in this first set. Taylor going to serve away. Rains, again, not enough.
The Royals definitely have to be happy with the little streak they've put on, as they're now just down by 1.
Taylor back to serve. This time to Gray. Stevens. Now Green. Cutting off that little streak that Taylor had. And now Green will serve. Kylie Raines going to take a seat, bringing on the younger McIntosh, Emily. Number 1 in white, Rachel Green going to serve this one up. To Black, Taylor. Intended there for number 6, Denby. It'll go out of bounds. Give the Cougars a 3-point lead, 18-15. And Green serve will go directly to Meadows, to Wolford. Now Meadows, number 8, will find a crack within the blocks.
And Claro checks in for the Royals as she sets up to serve.
Claro, step up, send it over. Green puts it up in the air. Now Stevens bump there for Parrish, sending it calmly over. Meadows there for Wolford is Taylor. And Taylor setting up Wolford perfectly so she can find that back line. Bringing Cuero back to serve once more. Cuero, Green, Gray. Now McIntosh sending it over and out of bounds.
And with that, we are tied up 18-18 here.
Yeah, as the Cougars seem to be playing at a bigger tempo now, rushing quite a bit. And EMU getting a bit of a momentum shift in their favor as Cuero will now serve it up to Green. Stevens. McIntosh gets blocked there by number 5, Denby, and number 8, Meadows. Sorry, that was number 5, Kinley Smith for the Royals on that block. As Cuero will now send it up to Green. It'll fall. Stevens with a big effort there to try to keep it alive. Just not enough. A timeout is called for the Cougars. As we are 20-18 here in favor of the Royals. We'll be back in just a short moment.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
And we are back for the closing points of this first set. And Cuero will send this up to Gray. Stevens there for McIntosh, and McIntosh finds a rhythm.
Great way for the Cougars to come out of that timeout break, getting the first point to fall, and showing that they are still in this set and that they want this set as much as EMU does, if not more.
Now Moore sending it up there for Black. Taylor looking for Meadows. Green keeps it alive. Moore. Wilkerson. Taylor digs it up. Black bumps. There for Wolford. McIntosh. Moore. Back to McIntosh. Black bumping it up. Taylor. Meadows. Gets under the blockers. Kinley Smith bringing on number 11, Madison Stockner. McIntosh gets blocked, kept alive. Taylor looking for Meadows. Green puts it up for Moore. And now Wilkerson. Black digs it up. Stockner for Wolford. Gray couldn't quite get her hand behind that one. Another timeout called for the Cougars. And we will be back again in just a short moment.
Well, I mean, first off, it was, my dad obviously played here when the Averett first became a football team. So that had a lot to do, being able to be around people that I care about, being around people that I was familiar with. And, also, I was originally born here. So, this place always felt like home to me.
Getting ready for towards the end of this first set after a couple timeouts here by the Cougars. 22-19, the Royals lead. And a Black sending this up. Green. More there for McIntosh. McIntosh trying to look for that back corner. Black is there. Taylor now setting up Wolford, and Wolford beats the blockers of Wilkerson and McIntosh. As the Royals seem to be finding their rhythm. Black to Gray. Moore. McIntosh. Cuero keeps it up. Taylor looking for Wolford. Blocked. Taylor digs it away. Black there for Meadows. And they go out of bounds.
And that brings the Cougars within 3 as the score is now 23-20 in favor of the Royals.
Yeah, the Royals seem to think that it came off of a tip and went out of bounds as the officials didn't see it. Now Gray there to Black for Taylor, looking for Meadows, blocked. Kept up there by Stockner, now Taylor. Met at the line by Wilkerson and Nash.
Contact with the net right there does not give the Cougars the benefit of the doubt. That will extend the Royals' lead back out to 4.
Yes, the Cougars are going to have to play almost perfect if they want to get away with this first set, as the Royals are just 1 point away. And needing to clarify the substitution, number 10, Mackenzie Taylor, in for number 13, number 13, Madison Stockner, taking Mackenzie Taylor out of the game. And Meadows there for McIntosh. Moore for Nash. And Nash will hit that back line. Precision hitting there from Nash.
EMU doesn't necessarily agree with that call, but that is a beautifully placed kill right there from Nash, sneaking it just inside the line.
Now Kylie Rains. There, Meadows. Moore keeps it up. Nash sent over there by Wilkerson. Custis there. Rains off the fingertips, and the Royals will take set one.
EMU takes the first set, 25-21.
25-21. The Royals will go up 1-0 on sets. We will be back in just a short moment for set number 2.
Fans earlier this week, Avery has
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
Well, I mean, first off, it was, my dad obviously played here when the Averett first became a football team. So that had a lot to do, being able to be around people that I care about, being around people that I was familiar with. And, also, I was originally born here. So, this place always felt like home to me.
Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network for the second set of matchup between your very own Averett women's volleyball team and the visiting Eastern Mennonite Royals. As the Royals took the first set, 25-21. And the first point there scored by Black for the Royals off a bit of miscommunication between Wilkerson and Moore.
EMU looks to be rolling with the momentum they gained at the end of that first set, mounting that comeback against the Cougars. And it looks like the Cougars are going to have to figure out how to overcome all the momentum they're facing and figure out how to get it back to the pace of play that they prefer.
McIntosh digs it up, setting up Wolford, number 7.
And with that right there, EMU takes a 3-0 lead here in set number 2.
Yeah, just as you mentioned there, Chewy, the Royals seem to kind of have this momentum shift in their favor, taking 4-0 lead very quickly in the second set. Green there for more. McIntosh! Off the hands of Black. Nash now entering the game there for number 16, Destiny McIntosh. Now Gray setting it up. Black digs it. Custis there for Wolford. Gray, more. McIntosh blocked inbounds. Number 8, Meadows on that block, and now she will step back to serve.
The Royals look like they have an answer for everything Averett is trying to throw their way.
Yeah, gonna have to do a lot of changes here to try to stay into this game. Now Green sends it over the net there for Meadows. Custis there for Stockner, off the hands of Green. And a quick timeout is called as the Royals take a 6-1 lead in the second set. We will be back in just a short moment.
Because it was more of a second chance. They gave me a second chance to get an education and also play football. I had a situation happen at the beginning of the COVID came. I dropped out of school and I wanted to go to school again, get my education, and Averett gave me that second opportunity. So I took advantage of it, and I've been loving Averett ever since I came here.
Back after that short timeout. And Cassidy Meadows for the Royals will serve this up to Gray. Now more. Mack to Nash. Black digs it up. Stockner keeps it alive, sent over by Wolford. More. Again for Nash.
And whatever Coach Earl said in that timeout seems to be working right off the bat as the Cougars orchestrate that point beautifully. And Nash is able to hammer that one home to start the Cougars up back and cutting the EMU lead just to 4.
Yeah, Chewy, as we saw during that timeout, Coach Earls had quite a bit to say, as the Royals did take a 6-1 lead going into that timeout.
Understandably so. Coach Earls definitely adamant and definitely letting her girls know that they had to step it up and lock in, essentially, if they wanted to stay in this set and have a chance in this match.
And that is Stockner having an answer for the Cougars with a monstrous hit there right on the line.
The Royals said no thank you to the Cougars' attempt to regain some momentum.
Reigns to Moore. Wilkerson sending it over. Custis. Nash bringing it down. Custis now looking across there for Denby. And that will go out of bounds. The Royals seem to be running away with this one. The 6-point lead. And Wolford serve there for Reigns. Kept up by Green. Now Nash sends it over. Black. Custis. There for Stockner. Moore digs it up. Gray. Wilkerson. To Black. Custis now looking for Denby. Moore to Green. Kept up by Meadows, and Meadows couldn't quite get it to one of her teammates as Wolford tried to dig for it.
And Stevens and Parrish check in for the Cougars. Hopefully they can bring a little bit of energy and fresh legs to the court to re-juice up the Cougars squad.
And now seems like a double touch on the Cougars.
And the Royals jump back out to a 6-point lead here in set 2.
Stockner back to serve. Nash to Stevens. Now Parrish!
What a hit there from the sophomore. She got up there and hammered that home with a decisive amount of authority right there.
Yeah, a lot of power behind that one as Nash will now serve this one. And as I say, power, Nash a little too much power behind that one. Sends it out of bounds.
Absolutely.
Some substitutions here now for Custis, bringing on Taylor, number 10. And Smith, number 5, in. And Taylor will also send this one out of bounds. Kylie Raines bringing on Emily McIntosh. And Rachel Green, number 1, will serve. Black digs it up there for Taylor. Denby gets it off of the hands of Green. Cuero now in the game, number 2. After that big hit there by Denby, number 6. And Cuero, she will find that back corner.
Cougars are going to have to do something here to get it figured out because they just do not look at all mentally in this set so far as the Royals have a 12-5 lead.
And with that, we will take a timeout and be right back.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
And we're back after that short timeout as Cuero. Her serve will be trickled down. Stevens keeps it alive. Now Black to Taylor. Now Smith. Green trying to keep it up.
The Cougars have been struggling so far, not necessarily to be in the right spots, just unable to get full solid contact on their hits. And the miss hits has really been what's allowed EMU to take this monstrous lead.
Cadence Woodliff in the game for the Cougars, number 2 in white. As the Cougars couldn't quite get that third hit to connect and send it over the net. Cuero to serve again, 14-5. Not exactly what we were expecting from the Cougars. And Cuero will end her own streak, sending that one out of bounds.
Dayton Moore, number 23, sets up to serve for the Cougars, hoping she will be able to spark an offensive frenzy here for the Cougars.
Black to Taylor. Smith blocked, kept up by McIntosh. Moore back to McIntosh. Taylor now looking for Meadows, blocked by the dynamic duo of the McIntosh sisters, number 16 and 20 in white for the Cougars.
Absolutely, the Cougars have to be happy with getting their point off of their own serve.
Now Moore serve will go to Black. Now Wolford, Moore, Wilkerson blocked, kept up, but not enough. Not enough control behind that ball as it went out of bounds. Now Black sends it up. Woodliff, Moore. McIntosh finding an opening.
Change up, found the perfect spot right there on the floor.
As we said countless times before, Chewy, they have to play to their own tempo. They have to sort of find that momentum, get their rhythm going.
Absolutely, and so far here in set two, they have looked all out of sorts as that one finds its way in. It's been their lack of ability to maintain and control the tempo and pace of play, but also they're on the short end of the stick for the mishits and the mistakes that we talked about pregame.
Absolutely. Now Meadows, Woodliff digs it up. Moore for Nash. Black gets that one calmly. Holding the net. And now that'll bring on Raines, number 13, to serve for Averett. Raines dug up there by Black. Custis keeps it alive. Meadows calmly sends it over. Gray digs it up. And that'll be a point for the Royals. Calling it a double hit. Substitution, Cuero taking a seat. Denby now entering the game. Wolford, Raines, Moore, Nash. Kept alive, Custis, Black. There for Denby. Now Gray setting up Wilkerson. Black digs it up. Meadows. Wolford sending it over. Gray to Moore. Nash.
Beautiful hit right there from the fifth year. Finding the open spot on the floor. Hammering that one home to bring the Cougars within 7.
Crazy hit there by Nash. Now Stevens. There to Wolford, Custis. Now Denby blocked there by Nash. As Black trying to set up Denby once more. Couldn't quite get behind that one.
Stevens gets ready to serve for the Cougars.
And Stevens will send this one over to Wolford. Now Custis there for Stockner, and Raines couldn't quite get a hand behind that one. Stockner, number 11, going to serve this one up. Raines digs it away. Stevens set up Nash! Emma Nash!
Yet another little spark of energy and life here out of the Cougars as we get later in the set two.
Now Nash will serve for the Cougars. Black digs it up. Custis for Smith. Stevens keeps it up. Rains. Now Woodliff. Smith to Denby. Woodliff keeping it up. Stevens sending it across to Parrish. Smith finding an opening. Number 5 in blue. Substitutions for both sides. Emma Nash taking a seat, bringing on Aaron Gray. Taylor entering the game for Custis, number 13, for the Royals. Taylor Rains holds on strong. Stevens to Parrish, blocked. Stevens keeps it up. Now Gray, McIntosh. Kept up there by Denby, now Taylor. Looking for Woodford. Blocked there by Woodliff and McIntosh.
Beautiful block, sending that one right back down to the floor. Not giving it too much hang time so that the Royals could make a play on it.
Now Rains going to take a seat, bringing on Emily McIntosh. Woodliff serve, out of bounds. Looked like Black was gonna have a touch on it, but decided to let it go, trusting her instincts. Denby going to take a seat now, number 6 for the Royals, bringing on Cuero. Cuero, quite a server here. Goes directly to Woodliff. Now Stevens for Parrott. That is McIntosh on the hit, blocked there by Smith.
EMU is enjoying an 8-point lead here as we get later and later in the set 2. Looking to close this one out as the Cougars are doing everything they can to try and stay in this one.
Cuero to Parrish. Stevens couldn't quite hold on to that one. Stevens misdirected off of the bump there by Parrish. Now Cuero serves once more. Woodliff. Stevens holds on to this one. Parrish blocked. McIntosh keeps it up in the air. Stevens sets up Parrish. Taylor digs it up. Black trying to hold on strong. And go out of bounds. Still an 8-point lead for the Royals. Now Moore to Black. Taylor for Wolford. Taylor back to Wolford. And she will find that line. Smith taking a seat, bringing on number 11, Stockner. Black serves up. McIntosh to Moore. Emily McIntosh. And trickle down, 1 point away for the Royals. As they seem to have completely run away with this second set.
Absolutely, set 2 has been all Royals with very little showing, except for that little late set effort from Destiny McIntosh to show that the Cougars aren't fully going away here in this set, but let's see if they can string together back-to-back points here and keep them in this set.
Now Gray, Cuero keeping it up and alive. Black doing the best she can. Now Wolford, Gray keeping it up. Moore for McIntosh. Gets under Cuero.
What power on that kill right there from McIntosh.
Now Aaron Gray going to serve once more. Cuero puts it up. Taylor, Meadows, Gray. More for Nash, kept up. Gray once more. McIntosh. And the point will be awarded to the Cougars off a fingertip. Came off the hands of one of the Royals.
Felt like everyone was holding their breath waiting for the officials to make that call.
Now Gray, Cuero, Taylor, Wolford. Woodliff keeps it up more. Gray sends it right back over. Cuero now for Taylor. And Stockner, not quite the angle she wanted on that ball. Timeout called here for the Royals as the Cougars are inching ever so closer. We will be back in just a short moment.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
And we are back for the second set as the Royals are leading 24-18 against the Cougars. And Aaron Gray will be back to serve. Cuero, Taylor, Wolford, McIntosh putting it up for more, setting up Nash, and Nash finds an opening in the middle of the court.
The Cougars have done a great job of fighting their way back into this set here. So they overcame and are continuing to fight back against a very big lead they faced just a few moments ago.
Cuero puts it up, Taylor for Meadows. Woodliff to Moore. Now Wilkerson off the blockers, put back Nash, Taylor, Black, Wolford, Moore, back to McIntosh. Cuero keeps it alive. Wolford, Meadows putting it up. Wilkerson setting up Moore for McIntosh. Black digs it away. Taylor. Wolford blocked. Black sends it back over. McIntosh off the hands of Cuero.
What tenacity and grit being shown here by the Cougars as EMU is doing everything they can to try and get this last point. The Cougars have just had an answer here as of late.
Yeah, absolutely. At some point, it was a 10-point lead, Chewy, that the Royals had over the Cougars as Taylor puts up for Wolford, Moore, Gray, Wilkerson, and that will end it.
And with that, set two comes to a close as your score is 25-20 as EMU takes a 2-0 set lead. They will for sure be looking to get the sweep here in just a few moments as set three will be getting underway.
Yeah, we will be back in just a short moment for set number 3 after a couple commercial breaks. And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is my good pal, Chewy Clark. And today we are bringing you the third set of this matchup between the Averett University women's volleyball team and the visiting Eastern Mennonite Royals. And to get underway in this third set as EMU took the first two. The second one in a very impressive sweep, ending at 25-20 as the Cougars did the best they could to come back after a 10-point deficit. And EMU will lead off here 1-0. More to Wilkerson, and Wilkerson will find that back line.
Great accuracy being shown right there by Wilkerson. And the biggest key here in set 3 for the Cougars is going to have to be limiting the mistakes and being more accurate and deliberate with the hits they take, as that's really what cost them the most in set 2.
Now Black digs that one up for Custis. Wolford, Custis, back to Wolford, and Wolford will get that one after the second attempt. Now number 7, Mara Wolford, going to serve this one up. Now Gray digs it. More for Nash, and blocked. Nash, not enough power behind that one. Not enough height or distance on the ball. Wolford. Rains, Gray. Woodliff. Black. Custis there for Denby. Now more for Woodliff, and Woodliff will find that line.
Beautiful cross-court hit right there.
Now Stevens serves. Black, Wolford, Denby sending it over to Rains. Stevens, Nash blocked there by Denby.
And EMU jumps out to a 2-point lead here in set 3, hoping that they can ride the momentum that they've gained over the course of the first 2 sets.
And Nash couldn't quite get a hold of it. Rains keeps it alive. Now Gray sends it over. Custis, Denby, blocked there by Parrish. Going back and forth between both sides. Now Parrish will try to kill. Kept alive by Meadows. Denby trying to send it over. Gets it just in time. Woodliff, Stevens, Parrish blocked. Stevens, Nash. For Parrish, kept up by Meadows. Now Denby trying to get a touch on that one.
The Cougars really do look most comfortable on each point when they're going back and forth, just ready and willing to outlast their opponents and have more grit and intensity to get each point, as we just saw right there.
Custis. Woodliff keeps it up. Stevens sends it over. Meadows. Custis to Denby. Rains, not enough reach. That was Denby on that kill, finding an opening in that back line, bringing on Kinley Smith and Mackenzie Taylor. Number 5 and number 10. As Taylor gets it over to Rains. Now Stevens. Parrish kept up. Parrish for Woodliff, and Woodliff.
What a recovery right there by the Cougars. Off the net, off each other, and Woodliff just said, "Thank you very much, I'll take that point. Thank you, next."
Now Woodliff will serve after that remarkable hit. Gets to the Black. Taylor Smith. Gray keeps it up. Stevens for McIntosh. Taylor. Meadows couldn't quite get it over, and will maintain with Woodliff. Bit of a slip there by Meadows as Denby gets it over, dug up by Gray. Now Stevens for McIntosh, blocked and out of bounds.
Great hit right there by McIntosh, angling it off the block so that if it was sent back, it'd be sent back out of bounds, and the Cougars would still be able to get the point, as that gives them a 1-point lead here as the score is 6-5.
Now Woodless serve to Meadows, Taylor, now Denby, dug up by Gray. Stevens, Parrish, dug up by Wolford, Gray, Stevens, McIntosh, off the blockers.
Back-to-back beautifully placed shots from the freshmen. Both of them going off the block and both of them falling in favor of the Cougars.
Woodliff, Meadows, Taylor. Woodliff, Gray keeps it up in the air. Stevens for McIntosh, sending it to the back corner. Wolford is there, Black, now Denby. Too much power behind that one, out of bounds.
And the Cougars are fired up now as they have a 3-point lead here to start off set 3.
Woodliff, Wolford, Taylor, Denby, Parrish puts it up, setting up Stevens for McIntosh. Off the blocks, Emily McIntosh getting a couple points here. Timeout called for the Royals, and we will be back in just a short moment.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
Back after that short timeout, maintaining the trend with Woodliff. Serving there for Meadows. Woodliff, Stevens for Parrish. Taylor digs it up. Black bumping over to Denby. Denby, too much power behind that one. That one will go out of bounds. And Woodliff will maintain her streak of serves. Hopefully I did not jinx that one.
We'll see here.
As she maintains that one in bounds. Gray, kept up by Stevens. McIntosh, Meadows to Taylor. Now Denby, and that will go out of bounds. It looked awfully close, Chewy, from up here.
That's a very close call. The Cougars will definitely be happy that it fell in their favor.
And Woodliff again, Black digs it up. Taylor setting up. Number 8, Meadows. See a bit of frustration here from the Royals.
Back-to-back miss hits going a little too long. Has to be frustrating, especially coming off the extremely dominant second set that they had.
And that will bring on Cuero, number 2 for the Royals. Ball up, Parrish, Stevens, McIntosh, Guerrero digs it up. Black, Wolford, McIntosh keeping it alive. Stevens for Parrish. Taylor, Black, Meadows, Woodliff keeping it afloat. Gray to Stevens. Stevens calmly sends it over to Cuervo. Taylor, Smith, received there by Woodliff. Now McIntosh gets under the blocks. Substitutions now. Number 23, Dayton Moore. And number 21, Allie Wilkerson entering the game. Moore sends it over to Black. There for Taylor. Wolford off the hands of Gray.
And with that, EMU now pulls back within 6 as it is a 5-point difference here about halfway through set 2.
And now Black serves to Gray. Moore. McIntosh sends it over. Meadows. Taylor. Here for Wolford. Blocked. Black keeps it afloat. Taylor over to Meadows. Gray. Moore. Here for McIntosh. And she will nearly hit that line. Hit the line just in time. Now bringing on Aaron Gray to serve.
The Cougars seem to be having a lot more fun here in set 3. Definitely enjoying the momentum they've gained and hoping it'll carry them at least through this set, if not through the rest of the match.
Now McIntosh. That kill attempt dug up there by Black. Taylor to Wolford. Gray now for Wilkerson. Taylor digs it up. Black there for Wolford again. And Gray maintaining that rhythm of digs. Taylor now with the dig of her own. Sent over the net. Nash. Wilkerson brought down. Moore keeps it alive. Gray sent over by McIntosh.
Great teamwork and chemistry right there from the Cougars. Being ready for every time the ball got over the net, receiving it well and setting their teammates up for success.
And Gray sends over to Black. Taylor. Wolford. Go off the hand of one of the blockers. Taylor going to take a seat, bringing on Custis, number 13. Dug up there by Woodliff. Moore for Nash. Getting under Cuero. Kylie Raines serving this one away. Cuero couldn't quite control that one. And Raines gets a kill. Gets a point off of that serve, and we will take another timeout.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
And back after that brief timeout. Taken there by the Royals. Currently 8-6 in favor of the Cougars. And Cuero digs that one up for Wolford. Moore, now Gray to Wilkerson. Dug up there by Meadows. Black keeping it up in the air. Wolford sending it over. Raines setting up Moore for Nash. Black to Custis. Meadows off the hands of Raines.
That's definitely how EMU wanted to come out of that timeout break, getting the first point, and for them, hopefully gaining a little bit of their momentum back.
Now, Cuero will take a seat, bringing on Denby. And Wolford will serve this up to Raines. Now, more for Nash. Custis for Denby. Off the blockers. Now, Raines will receive this one off Wolford. Wilkerson. A cheeky play there by Wilkerson. Had him think that she was going to go full power into that kill.
Score here in set 3 is 17-10. However, EMU does have a 2-0 set lead over the Cougars.
Stevens, Wolford, Custis for Denby, blocked. Denby again, and Raines couldn't control that one.
And that cuts the Cougar lead down to 6.
As we've seen quite a couple momentum shifts in between both sides. Seems now like the Royals are going to try to take as much of an advantage of this one as they can. And just as I say that, Wolford finds that back corner off the serve. Or sorry, Stockner. Stockner, number 11, serving once more for the Royals. Nash can't control that one in time.
EMU definitely gaining a little bit of momentum, building off of the success they had in the first 2 sets as they're eating away at the Cougars' lead here bit by bit.
Stockner, Gray digs it up. Stevens for Nash, blocked. Attempted dig there by Stockner. And the Cougars will try to take the momentum back. Emma Nash back to serve. Number 22 in white. Send it over there for Wolford. Custis, Denby, dug up there by Nash. Woodliff. Woodliff with an insane hit there. And number 1, Black, couldn't quite control that one. As the Cougars will try to close this set out now. Nash, Wolford, Custis. Raines, not enough reach to get there just in time as Custis finds them sleeping, bringing on Taylor, number 10.
EMU is just refusing to let the Cougars run away with this one here.
Taylor, Woodliff, Stevens for McIntosh, and McIntosh couldn't quite reach that one. It'll stay with the Royals. 19-15, Cougars lead. Now Taylor, Gray digs it up. Stevens sets there for McIntosh.
Beautiful hit right there from McIntosh, making that no doubt where it would land and who would get that point as it extends the Cougar lead back out to 5.
Woodliff, her serve. Now Gray, Stevens, Parrish, off the hands of Wolford. It'll stay with Woodliff. And Woodliff will send this in for Wolford. Taylor, and Smith. Gray digs it up. Stevens, McIntosh, Black having a dig of her own. Taylor set for Denby. Gray, McIntosh. Taylor keeps it alive. Denby now. Meadows, Stevens, Gray, Parrish. Off the hands of Black. (22-15) as the Cougars want to close this out. And Woodliff will give them back to the Royals. Still a 6-point lead here. And Cuero. Cuero going to serve. Woodliff, McIntosh, Gray sends it over. Black for Taylor. Wolford off the block of Parrish and McIntosh.
And EMU is now just trailing by 5 here in set 3.
And as we've seen in volleyball, that's not a huge lead to have. And Gray, now McIntosh, blocked. McIntosh keeps it alive. Stevens, Parrish. And the Cougars inching closer and closer to close out this set as Moore and Wilkerson enter the game for Parrish and Stevens.
Luis, you are right. Five or 6 points is not a massive lead in volleyball. But when you get to a later parts of the set, as we are now, it really comes down to who wants it more and who can execute better.
Absolutely, as you see Moore, quick reaction there to send it right back over now for Wolford. And that'll go off the net and out of bounds. Now 1 point left for the Cougars to close out the set, taking one set for themselves. Moore. Taylor for Smith, and Woodliff keeps it up. Miscommunication, but it worked out just in time for the Cougars. Taylor for Smith, and they keep it up just in time. Wolford, Woodliff, Moore here for McIntosh, and McIntosh, not enough power behind that one. Now Black, Woodliff digs it up, Moore, Gray. Seems like a lift on the Cougars. 19-24, the Cougars just needing one more to solidify the set. Woodliff, Moore, McIntosh kept up by Taylor, and Taylor couldn't quite control it. It'll go out of bounds as the Cougars will take set number 3, 25-19 over the Royals. And we'll be back for the 4th set in just a moment. And we are back for this fourth set of a matchup between the Cougars and the Royals of EMU. And McIntosh gets a early point there, finding that back line of the Royals unaware. And Gray will serve this one up for Wolford. Custis there for number 11, Stockner, and blocked by the Cougars.
What a way for the Cougars to start set 4 here. Coming off of winning set 3, jumping out to a 2-0 lead. They're definitely riding that momentum wave.
Now Gray, Cuero, Custis. Now for Meadows, and Meadows getting right under Woodliff. And Meadows' serve to Gray. Now more. Nash off the hands of Black. Now Raines, her serve, go to Cuero. Custis. Wolford, not enough power behind that one. Can't go the distance.
The Cougars jump out to a 4-1 lead here early in set 4.
Yeah, seems like that 2-0 lead on sets for the Royals won't last long as Raines serves it to Black. Custis. Wolford. Raines digs it up. Now more for Wilkerson off the block. Black there to Stockner. And Woodliff thought she had that point. Raines more. Nash kept alive there by Black and Cuero. Sent back. And Wolford now. Not enough dip on that ball. It'll go out of bounds. Raines will be back to serve once more.
The Cougars continue to look like they enjoy that slower, more methodical pace of play that we just saw in that last point.
And Raines, her serve, go out of bounds. Denby entering the game for Cuero. Wolford, Gray, more. Wilkerson, Meadows keeps it up. Custis trying to find the defense, unaware. But Woodliff will try it herself. Subs now as Dayton Moore takes a seat, as well as Allie Wilkerson, bringing on Stevens and Parrish. Stevens, her serve, Custis. Denby, Woodliff trying to hold on. Not enough behind that one. Now Stockner will serve once more. 6-3 in this fourth set. Stockner. Raines. Stevens. Woodliff.
The Cougars are feeling themselves in set 4, coming off of winning set 3. They have a 4-point lead, and they look fired up.
Emma Nash, number 22, gonna serve this one up. Wolford, Custis, here for Denby. Nash putting it back up for Smith, and Smith finding the space in the back. Kaylin Smith, great awareness to find open space in that back right corner. And Custis will serve this one, number 13. This one will go straight out of bounds. We'll be back in possession of the Cougars. Substitution now, Emily McIntosh into the game. Cadence Woodliff, number 2, going to serve this one up. Black, Custis, and Meadows couldn't quite get it to dip. And the Cougars will hold on strong. 5-point lead here. And Woodliff, now this one will go out of bounds. Back and forth between both teams. Denby taking a seat, bringing on Cuero. Now Cuero, Gray, Stevens, Parrish. Couldn't go quite the distance. Cuero to serve again. This one will go to Woodliff, Stevens, McIntosh. Gets right under the blockers.
So far, set 4 has been very back and forth. Neither team has really had too much of an advantage over the other. And the Cougars really are riding that momentum that they gained to get themselves this 4-point lead they have.
Now Black gets over to Wolford. Woodliff keeps it alive. More for McIntosh. Wolford, Custis. Here for Meadows. Moore putting it back up for Gray. Wilkerson sends it over. Custis for Wolford. Gray reacting to that kill there from Wolford. Couldn't quite reach it in time as Black now serves. Setting up Wolford again. Bringing it 10-8. Cougars lead by 2. And Anna Black, number 1 in white for the Royals, will serve this one to Woodliff. Moore. Now McIntosh, blocked. McIntosh. Moore. Wilkerson, blocked again. Wilkerson trying to hold on strong. And it'll go out of bounds.
Mistakes by the Cougars has really let EMU settle in and pull back within 1 here. Despite that mistake EMU just committed, the Cougars are going to have to clean it up here if they want to send it to a 5th set.
Now Gray. Bit of odd looks there from both sides as the ball seemed to be chucked under the net. Went off the foot of one of the players from the Cougars.
Coach Earls is definitely not happy about that.
Yeah, maybe calling for unsportsmanlike conduct. Not sure if that's something in volleyball, but as Gray sends this one over, Cuero couldn't hold on strong. The Cougars having an answer for absolutely everything in this set.
Coach Earls has not let up on her girls at all. She wants them to fight for everything and dominate here in this 4th set.
Wolford, Custis, Meadows, kept alive by Wilkerson. Now Moore setting up Nash. Custis digs it up. Black, here for Wolford. Gray, Moore, McIntosh, set back over by Stockner. Gray, now setting up Wilkerson. Aaron Gray gonna send this one over for Wolford. Wolford gets that one back. Gets it off the block of Wilkerson. Number 8, Meadows. Gonna serve this one up. Woodliff, Moore for Nash.
The Cougars have to be happy that they jumped out to a very quick start here in this set, because it has been back and forth ever since. Both teams trading points, trading hits, and unfortunately for them, trading mistakes as well, and that has kept it a very close set so far.
Yeah, 15-10 here in favor of the Cougars as Raines now serves, and Black couldn't quite control that one. Monster serve.
That one never feels good. As you can tell, falling on the playing gray part of the floor, it's a different material. Never feels good.
No, absolutely. As we take a timeout here, we'll be back in just a short moment.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
Raines' serve after that timeout goes directly to the back of the net. Bringing on Wolford, number 7, in royal blue to serve.
The Royals definitely happy to get that first initial point out of that break.
Moore back and forth here by the Cougars, and a point will be awarded to the Royals for a lift.
The Cougars are not happy about that call.
Didn't appear like there was much of a lift there, Chewy.
Not at all.
Seemed like Nash was just in the air, just in time to hold on to that ball. And Nash gets blocked there by Stockner. A 3-point lead is what the Cougars have over the Royals. As Wolford will serve to Nash. Now Moore setting up Woodliff. And Black puts it up for Custis, and Custis, great dig there by Moore. And Woodliff gets the ball just over the net. Denby, Moore for Woodliff. And a point will be called for the Cougars.
You can tell as this set goes on, and the match as a whole continues on, the intensity is amping up. Each hit has a little bit more animosity behind it, and every point becomes that much more important.
Stevens. Wolford digs it up. Custis here for Denby. Nash, Woodliff keeps it up. Nash puts it over the net. Now Custis, Stockner, not enough height behind her. Did not time her jump in time, and that will cost the Royals another point, 18-13.
Can the Cougars capitalize off of that miscommunication here?
Wolford, Custis, Denby, off the hands of Parrish and Nash. Back to serve for the Royals is Stockner. Nash Controls it for Parrish, and Parrish sets up Custis and Smith to bring it right back down.
That cuts the Cougar lead down to just 3 now. EMU doing a great job of hanging in this one here.
Stockner going to serve once more. Sends this one up for Nash. Stevens, now for Parrish. As the Cougars try to hold on, another block there by Custis.
The Royals definitely have a lot of momentum here so far.
Stockner again. Nash, Stevens, back to Nash, blocked and out of bounds.
Lucky break right there for the Cougars. And they definitely are complaining about it as that bumps their lead back out to 3.
Serve here from Nash, Custis. Denby, Stevens keeps it up. Nash for Parrish, blocked. As this set seems to be going down to the wire. As both teams kind of rely on this set to keep going. Trickled off the net. Stevens puts it up for McIntosh off the bump of Gray. Raines putting it back up. Denby coming down across from it. And the official calls a hold on the net.
The Cougars are not happy about that one.
Stevens couldn't quite get that move to go. A timeout is called here. We will be back in just a short moment as we are tied up in this 4th set.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
Back after that short timeout, 19-19 here, Chewy, in this 4th set as EMU leads 2-0 or 2-1 against the Cougars. Very close set, come down to the wire. Stevens here for Woodliff.
Absolutely. Coach Earls has to be aggravated that EMU has been able to crawl back in. But on the other side, EMU, the Royals have to be so ecstatic that they've now taken the lead here in this 4th set, as they are now just 5 points away from taking the match.
And Custis, Gray, Stevens. And that is McIntosh on that kill.
That kill was mean.
Substitution now. Emily McIntosh into the game. Woodliff sends this one over to Wolford. Custis. Meadows. Dug up by Gray. Stevens setting up. Emily McIntosh. Off the hands of Wolford. 21-20 here. This set will come down to the final point.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some extra points here, too.
Black putting up back into the air. Custis for Meadows. Gray. Stevens for McIntosh. What a point for McIntosh.
The Cougars are fired up.
And a timeout will be called, and we will be back again in just a short moment.
Averett was to continue my athletic career, but also the cultural change. So I'm from Sandefjord, Norway. I love that town, but once you're done with high school, there's nothing there for you. So going to the other side of the world and experiencing a new culture was very exciting.
Now Woodless serve after that timeout goes to Meadows, and Meadows finding open space in between Woodliff and Gray on the back line. Substitutions now. Cuero entering the game for Denby. (22-21), a very close set. If EMU wins this one, they will win the match entirely. If the Cougars run away with this one, they will go to the fifth set, fifth and final. And Woodliff couldn't quite get there in time.
Tied up yet again. What a set. What a match so far here today overall.
Yes, this is quality volleyball here in the Grant Center as Cuero now serves Woodliff. Stevens for McIntosh, blocking out of bounds.
And that one will fire the Cougars up as that gives them the lead and gets them 1 point closer.
Now the serving ace, number 23, Dayton Moore. Going to serve this one up. The Black, Custis. Wolford kept up by Wilkerson. McIntosh, back to McIntosh, her younger sister. And a Black for Meadows. Gray keeps it afloat. Moore sends it over. Now Black, Custis here for Wolford. Gray keeps it alive. Custis now. Meadows sending it up. Moore. Gray for Wilkerson. Kept up by Custis. Black over to Wolford. Woodliff. Moore here for Emily McIntosh. Back and forth between both teams. Kept up by Woodliff. And eventually the Cougars hold on.
What a prime example of elite level volleyball we just saw right there. Such a long, exerting point right there. Both teams struggling to find the opportunities, outlasting each other, and the Cougars were just able to come away with that one.
Now Black, Custis, Wolford. We're gonna say off the hand of the block. Black going to serve this one up. Woodliff. Moore. McIntosh!
And the Cougars are loving that one as they take the fourth set, tying it up at 2 apiece and sending us to our fifth and final set. I cannot wait to see all the action and intensity being displayed here in just a few moments with that fifth set.
Yeah, quite incredible to think that the Cougars went down 2-0 in the first 2 sets, coming back in the last 2, the third and the fourth, to bring us into the fifth and final set. a very gritty group is what this Cougar squad is.
Absolutely.
And we will be back in just a short moment for this 5th set. And we are back on the Averett Sports Network. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is my good pal Chewy Clark. And we're bringing you the 5th and final set of this matchup between the Averett University Cougars and the Eastern Mennonite Royals.
One thing I think that's important to note, so far through 4 sets, as the libero for the Cougars, Aaron Gray, has 28 digs so far here
Make
today.
that 29.
That performance from her is definitely a big part of the reason the Cougars have been able to fight back from being down 2-0.
Yeah, quite incredible to think the Cougars went down 2-0 on sets and came back in the 3rd and the 4th. Pretty dominant performances in the last 2 sets, bringing us to the 5th and final one. And
Absolutely.
Gray, her serve to Wolford, gets blocked. Custis, Wolford again. Moore keeps it alive. Not quite enough from that effort from Moore.
I wouldn't be surprised here if this 5th set was down to the wire, if not down to a little bit of extra time at the end of this to decide it here today.
That is Meadows, Woodlift. Couldn't quite get it to Moore. As Moore tried to run across court. 2-1 as the fifth set usually goes up to 15 only, and that hit for Wilkerson would go out of bounds. Yeah, first to 15, win by 2 like usual sets.
But with it being first to 15, it means you have to settle in and find your groove that much faster, as you don't have as much room.
Yeah, taking away those 10 extra cushion points as we are back to 3-2. Kylie Raines entering the game for Emily McIntosh. Raines, her serve to Black. Custis, Stockner. And they will say it's directly out of bounds. No tip on the ball.
Coach Earls doesn't look too happy about that one right there.
4-2 in favor of the Royals. And Coach Earls is fired up.
She is loving it here in this fifth set. She's super proud of her girls and definitely wants them to feel the juice from her.
We love to see the passion from one of our coaches.
Absolutely, as we are here in set 5 and scores 4-3 in favor of the Royals.
Now Custis, the Denby sent over. Stevens here for Woodliff. Off the blockers, making it 4-4.
And that ties us up at 4 apiece.
Now Kinsley Stevens going to serve this one for the Cougars. Meadows couldn't quite get under that one.
What an ace right there by Stevens.
Stevens, her serve, back to Meadows. Black gets her just in time. Denby, Raines recovers. Stevens for Woodliff. Picked up by Meadows, out of bounds. Great communication. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. And it's on air too, so everybody heard it.
I don't know about that one, but what communication by the Cougars to get that one to fall out of bounds. And look at us being on the same wavelength.
Great minds think alike.
And so do we.
As we take a moment to clean up the court. Can get very slippery out there, especially with all of these amazing players diving, giving every single bit of effort for their team. And Stevens will be back to serve. And this one will hit the back of the net. Being 6-5. This is where you find out which team wants it more. This fifth and final set after playing 4 very hard sets of volleyball.
Especially with the intensity and how close the previous 4 sets of volleyball have been.
Now Raines couldn't get behind that serve from Stockner. And Stockner will come back to serve once more. Raines. Stevens for Nash. Getting that back corner.
Great power on display right there from the 5th year. She is definitely doing everything she can to help get her team to win here today.
Nash there for Wolford. Smith way out of bounds.
And as we hit halfway, the teams will flip sides for the last few points here in set number 5.
As we await the second part of this 5th set, the Cougars 8-6. Emma Nash, number 22, quite a player for the Cougars. Definitely somebody on everybody's scouting report. We'll serve this one up directly to Black. Custis. Denby kept up by Stevens. Nash kept up by Rains. Great awareness there by Rains to get under that. Now Woodliff, Stevens, McIntosh. Black digs it away. Denby gets in between the block of Parrish and McIntosh.
What a point right there from both sides. Each team wanted that. Each team had opportunities, but the Royals were able to get that one to fall and come away with it.
There's Custis serving that up. Woodliff gets blocked there. As both of these teams are fighting with every single ounce of energy they have left. Rains, great dig. Gray. McIntosh keeps it up herself. Stevens for Parrish. Substitution, Kylie Rains taking a seat. Great dig on that play there by Rains, bringing on Emily McIntosh. Cadence Woodliff, number 2, going to serve for the Cougars. Sending this one over to Black. Custis. Meadows, out of bounds.
And the Cougars jump back out to a lead of 2.
Woodliff again. Black digs it up. Custis. Denby dug up by Gray. McIntosh trying to send it over. A very close second part of the set here. There's only 5 points remain for the Cougars to run away with this one. 6 for the Royals. Squero gets over to Woodliff. Stevens now. Emily McIntosh!
Big hammer right there from number 20, the freshman. Extending the Cougar lead back out to 2.
Now Dayton Moore serving for the Cougars. Custis for Wolford, kept up by Woodliff. Wilkerson. Black. Wolford picked up there by Moore. McIntosh or Wilkerson. Wilkerson!
Boom! The changeup gets to fall for Wilkerson as that extends the lead out to 3. And the Cougars are only 3 points away as the Royals call a timeout. We'll be back in just a few moments.
And back for the couple final points of this fifth set. Dayton Moore going to serve this one up. Wolford, Custis, back to Wolford, blocked.
The Cougars are loving it here so far. Enjoying a nice little lead.
Wolford, Custis for Meadows, kept up by Moore. Gray bumps for Wilkerson, the changeup. Black was there. Smith, Woodliff for Moore. McIntosh just out of bounds. Cougars 2 points away. Black, number 1, sends this one up. Woodliff, Moore, McIntosh, picked up by Custis. Black to Wolford, Moore, Gray bumps here for McIntosh. Wolford, Custis, now Meadows. Woodliff there just in time. Moore for McIntosh, off the hands of Cuero.
The Cougars are fired up. Just 1 point away here in set 5. Aaron Gray, number 10 in gold, back to serve here for the Cougars.
Gray to Cuero, Custis, and Wolford trying to hold on as much as they can. The Royals. Meadows, Woodliff digs, Moore for Nash. And Nash gets the final kill.
What a comeback here today for the Cougars, dropping the first 2 sets and fighting back to gain that reverse sweep over a conference rival on their Dig Pink game. Definitely an emotional win. Definitely going to be happy about this one. Very hard fought, very well earned.
An absolute masterpiece of a performance here by the Cougars as they come back from a 2-0 set lead from the Royals, winning the final and 5th set 15-11. As we go off to celebrate this, a hard-fought victory for the Cougars. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is Chewy Clark. Thank you for joining us on the Averett Sports Network. Y'all have a good day.